Hi, this is Andy Bennett with another video in my little series I'm making this Christmas time called The Rest of the Carol, looking at verses in carols that many of us aren't familiar with, but still contain messages and meaning that are important for us. The song "It Came Upon a Midnight Clear" is a favorite, and the first stanza is well known, I think, to most of us, a reference to the angels' appearance to the shepherds and their singing. One thing you might not have noticed about this hymn, this Christmas hymn, Christmas carol, is that it doesn't say anything about Jesus. It doesn't mention his birth. It doesn't mention Mary or Joseph, or any of the other aspects of the story that are important. Just the singing of the angels. The first verse, I'm sure you remember well. It came upon the midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. I don't think it's ever documented in the Bible that angels play harps, but we assume so. Harp is a beautiful instrument. They make small harps that would be easy for angels to fly around with. Well, they're probably made of gold. I don't know. Peace on earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's all-gracious King. The whole world in solemn stillness lay to hear the angels sing. But that song of peace on earth and goodwill to men, it wasn't just for that night. It wasn't just for that time. That's a message for all eternity, including for us now. The second verse goes on and brings the message into our present. Still, through the cloven skies they come, with peaceful wings unfurled, and still their heavenly music floats o'er all the weary world. Above its sad and lowly plains, they bend on hovering wing, and ever o'er its babel sounds, the blessed angels sing. We don't often see angels or hear them with our physical ears singing. But the point of this verse is that that message of peace on earth and goodwill to men extends to us today, and we should pay attention to it now. The third verse in the original publication, I have never seen before. The hymn book that I have and the others that I remember seeing has 4 stanzas, but this was originally published as the third, and it takes a darker turn. But with the woes of sin and strife, the world has suffered long. Beneath the angel strain have rolled 2,000 years of wrong. And man at war with man hears not the love song which they bring. Oh, hush the noise, ye men of strife, and hear the angels sing. Don't you wish that the angels would come around and sing that to a few folks that we could mention in our world today? But they do. They offer that song of peace on earth to the hearts of those who will listen. The 4th stanza in the original publication addresses us directly. And you, beneath life's crushing load, whose forms are bending low, who toil along the climbing way with painful step and slow, look up for golden hours. Look up for glad and golden hours. Come swiftly on the wing. Oh, rest beside the weary road and hear the angels sing. I sometimes feel like I'm being crushed by life's burdens, but really, I have experienced very little of hardship. The only times I've missed meals is when I was on a uncooperative schedule. The only time I've had to sleep where it was uncomfortably cold is when I went on a camping trip and didn't prepare well. But there are thousands, millions in our world today that are hungry, that work without compensation, who are sexually exploited, whose labor is exploited, who have no one to provide for their physical needs when they suffer illness or injury, There are millions of refugees still in our world who cannot go back to their place of origin, to their home, because of war and violence and tribulation, and can't go anywhere else because of the sin and greed of others. It's hard just to tell them to look up and experience peace on earth. To really help them to hear the angel song, we have to go, we have to provide, we have to give the food, give the beds, give the homes. And the final stanza looks to the future, to the eternal future. And I know we don't all agree with what we believe about the future of the universe, the future of this world. But most Christians believe that in some way, God's going to wrap things up eventually. Scientists believe that this world has a finite, this universe has a finite lifespan, that it can't go on as it is forever. Most believe that even as time had a finite beginning, time will have a finite ending. Most Christians believe that we will exist in some level of consciousness. Our spirits will exist beyond that. But the songwriter, the hymn writer, points in that direction as he says, "For lo, the days are hastening on, by prophet bards foretold, when with the ever-circling years comes round the age of gold, when peace shall over all the earth its ancient splendors fling, and the whole world give back the song, which now the angels sing." Lord, hasten the day when we can sing that song of peace and goodwill back to the angels. I pray that each of you will have times of comfort and joy, that you'll experience peace, you'll experience and witness goodwill in the days ahead. I trust that even with the limitations of the pandemic and lockdowns and all those things, that you'll have opportunities to share at a heart level with your loved ones. Perhaps you'll make some new friends, be able to extend your love to some new people during this Christmas season. Have a good night. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.